Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Linda. Welcome guys to another video. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, welcome to my corner of the internet. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like this video, and join the notification gang. So today's video, I will be chatting about something that I feel like most of us experience as young adults or in this journey of adulthood, and that's adult peer pressure or peer pressure as an adult, or pressures that we face as adults. So I feel like as we are growing up, there are things that we are expected to be, things we're expected to have, or a certain type of way we're supposed to look, as an adult. And sometimes because of like the pressures around us, whether it's from society, sometimes our families, sometimes even ourselves, we feel like we are on pressure to kind of like keep up with certain things, like people on pressure to start to date or get married or have this or have that, or have your career perfected by like a certain age, or have this done by a certain age. And I feel like as adults we feel that kind of pressure, and I wouldn't necessarily say that having those pressures around you as an adult, I wouldn't really say that they are 100% like negative, because I feel like when you walk with wise people who are leveling up in their lives, like you will be pushed to do the same, and that's not a bad thing. Yeah, but I also feel like on the other side, sometimes these pressures can make us feel like, we're like inadequate in our lives. It can make us feel like perhaps we're like slow with how we are slow with like the pace our lives is moving, or we're not good enough, or like God has forgotten us, because it seems like everybody around us is, let's say, in a certain season or a certain phase. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, you have a group of girlfriends and you've been together, chilling together, and then it's like all your friends are now starting to get into a relationship, like I was saying, or now starting to get married, having children, and then there is you who is like alone. Yeah, and it starts to kind of seem like there's something wrong with you, that everybody else is kind of like in this other season of their lives, and then it's like you're just not getting into that season. And sometimes it could actually be that it's just not time for you to get into that season, even if your surrounding or your friends have gotten into that season. And that's one of the things that you need to understand. Like, if you are dealing like with that pressure, you have to know that when God was creating us, like, he did not like create some generic program and like put it in all of mankind and say we are all going to think the same way, do the same things, blah blah blah. We're different, like in our stories, in our backgrounds, in our destinies. We are absolutely different, like, and that means that we cannot be the same people. Like, I cannot be the same as the person next to me. We're very different. Yeah, and I feel like that's something that we need to understand. I actually remember something like when I was younger, when I would see my parents get something for my brothers, like I would kind of be like, why haven't you, gotten that for me as well? Yeah. So I remember at a certain particular time when my parents got bicycles for my brothers, because they loved doing a lot of outdoor sports and things like that. Yeah. So I remember I was asking my mom, like, why, like, I also want a bike. Why don't you guys get me a bike as well? And I was just asking it because I had seen my brothers getting a bike, not necessarily because I needed a bike. I never really loved like outdoor stuff when I was younger. And it's kind of like the same thing like in life. Like, when you see somebody getting something, and then it's like you start asking about why haven't I also gotten that same thing? And sometimes it might be like at that particular moment you don't need it. Yeah, or you just will never really even need it in your life, not even in that particular moment. Yeah, but sometimes we find ourselves because of the people who are around us. Now it's like, oh, it's pressure, you know, I also need to get this thing because so and so has this thing, because this person has this thing. But one thing that you have to know is that you're different from the person next to you, and sometimes the things that are in their life are requisite for who they are becoming, but it's not requisite for you. I feel like it's just something that we need to accept and know that you can never, like, it's not like a one size fits all type of situation, you know. We all have what fits our lives, you know. The person next to you has what fits their life, and you as well have what's fitting for your life, yeah. And then the next thing that I feel like I've learned about things to do with like pressures and as an adult is that you can never change your life from external cues. It's really hard. Like, I feel like changing your life because of somebody else is a very hard thing. I feel like change is something that has to come from an inward conviction. Like, if someone keeps telling you that you're bad at something, it's kind of hard for you to change. But like, when you have that inward conviction that, you know what, I really think I need to stop this thing, I really think this thing is not good for me, like, you're just gonna find yourself actually changing, yeah. So I feel like external cues are not the best way for us to, it's not like the best way for you to change your life. Certain things really have to come from an inward, like, motivation, or an inward conviction, I would say is the right word, to feel like, you know what, maybe it's a season for me to do this, maybe it's a season for me to start doing something. I feel like it makes it a lot easier to make the changes that you need to make, or do the things that you need to do, because they're coming from within you. You know, like how we can tell ourselves, oh, I'm going to work on like my health goals, I'm going to work on this particular goals or whatever. But sometimes it can be because, you know, you've just seen people on social media talking about how, you know, 2022 we're gonna fetch that body, and you just kind of like join the bandwagon. You're using an external cue to put down a goal in your life, but it's not really something that has come from your heart to say, you know what, perhaps I need to like change, you know, like my health, you know, lifestyle and things like that. And because it's not something that came from within you, sometimes we find that, you know, we easily fall off the wagon. And that's just like a small example, yeah. But we have to learn, guys, like, let the things that we want for ourselves, things that we want to change about ourselves, let it come from an inward conviction to do things a certain way, not because you feel like you are pressured by your environment to be a certain way, to keep up with certain things. And then the third thing that we need to understand, guys, is that I feel like sometimes we perhaps imagine that because people have, maybe somebody has gone ahead of you, like, you'll never get there. And that's very far from the truth, yeah. You have to know that your time to blossom, it will come, like, it eventually will come, you know. Even if it seems like perhaps like people around you have gone ahead of you, it does not mean that your time to blossom will not come. We need to understand, guys, just because somebody has, you know, gone ahead of you, um that does not mean that your time is not going to come, yeah. You have to know that your time will come, and when that time comes, things are going to be great for you as well. And then the last thing is, I feel like we need to get to a place where we focus so much on working on ourselves, on making sure that our lives are seeing the progress that they need to see, that we are doing the things that we need to be doing, and do less of the comparing of your life to somebody else. We have to get to a place where we focus a lot more on working on the lives that God has given us, other than looking at what other people have or other people are doing and comparing our lives. Each and every one of us literally gets one single life. Like, there is no swapping, there is no, okay, I'm going to stop here and can I ask God for another one? No, it's one, and and that's it. So this life that you have, it's the one that you have. Yeah, so why not love that life that you have? So let's learn to appreciate the life that we have, guys. Like even the little steps that we make in life, like the little victories, let's learn to see those things, because one day you're going to look back and realize that those little things, they were actually huge, in hindsight. Yeah, but when we spend so much time comparing ourselves to other people, we can't even see that, because in the light of comparison, someone will always be better than or less than. Don't look at somebody else's life and feel like, oh, that's the life that I'm going to want, because trust me, guys, you are going to want like a million lives. So yeah, guys, focus on working on yourself, and if you know that you're supposed to be doing something, then work on that thing. And that's actually something that I'm even speaking to myself. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. Let's interact in the comment section and let me know if you have experienced pressures as an adult, and what pressures you experienced as an adult, and how you handled them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please remember to subscribe, like this video, join the notification gang, and I'll see you guys in the next video.